Hey guys, what's going on? I didn't put my. It's right when the video came on. I realized I'm wearing my fucking granny glasses. I didn't put my contacts in for this one, but that's okay. I don't know how long this is going to be of a video. Anyways, we'll see. It might end up being 20 minutes. It might end up being 5 hours. I don't know. We go with the flow around here, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we do. We roll with the punches of the script. We stop complaining about things going wrong because it's scripted. I do what I was going to do anyways. Why worry and stress about what I should do or couldn't do and this and that? I'm only going to do what I was supposed to do anyways. But anyways, so I was watching Benedictine's most recent video. Whatever created this world is evil 3.0. So I guess he's made a 1.0 and a 2.0. What up, TL? I gotta turn on live chat, everybody. What up, JC? How you doing? But I was watching his video and he was talking about this reality, and it inspired me to leave this comment. He said something. This reality was created by something evil or whatever is pretty much the title of the video. So my comment is, I'm only 24 minutes and 42 seconds into it, but my comment was, or it was just created by a creator for entertainment. Would you say the creators of GTA were evil? What if the characters in the simulation gained self-awareness? Would it be evil then? I'm not sure. I think it's just still a simulation, even if we think we are alive for real. You know, the little Pinocchio boys. I'm a real boy. No, you're not. You're a simulation. But anyways, I wrote, this is just a creation for something else's entertainment. Even if you go the God or religious route, that's still arguable, what I just said. This is just a creation for something else's entertainment, right? Because it's not a learning school, because if you were a God and you created an entity that needed to learn, you're not creating it right to begin with on purpose, right? Why would you create an entity that has to go to school and grow and learn? If you wanted an entity, create it the way you want it to be. But anyways, this isn't a school. What do you learn when you get, I really do start sweating heavily when I start on my second glass of coffee, especially if it's that pesticide coffee, bro. It really does make me sweat a lot. But what are you supposed to learn and grow here in the weird monetary system realm? Like how to be a good businessman, how to worry and depress and struggle. And like, what do you, if this is a school? Nobody ever talks about what we're supposed to learn. Oh, you're supposed to learn how to forgive. Bro, you could have learned that at 10 years old. You could have learned that as a baby. What do you mean? That's something you could learn as a kid. Anyways, I wrote, we are self-aware AI in a very advanced simulation with no protesters fighting for our rights in the real world. There's nobody in the real world that's going to say, what we're doing to the humans evil, because the ones that created it with AI, smart enough to become self-aware or sentient. They knew what they were doing. So there's nobody protesting for our rights as the unfortunate simulation. Mysterious history, Mandela effect, limited environment. I put in parentheses the firmament. Repetitive nature of reality, programmable humans, perpetuated wars, poverty, violence, depression, etc. Oh, and the people on DMT can see the code behind the surface of all physical objects, including their bodies. It is a simulation, and our experience is what it is before we start. It is what it is. Our experience is what it is. We could start going, oh, I think it's it. No, our experience, it is what it is. That's what it is. Everybody's trying to figure out, it is what it is. But where was I at here? Our experience is what it is before we start resorting to people's mental delusions. So, and some people are going to say, no, it's a school. Some people are going to say, no, read this book. Some people are going to say, no, wear this funny little hat. Some people are going to say, man, some people are going to say, but this reality is what it is. What is reality? You know what it is. Why are you confused? It's what it is. But humans by nature create fake delusions in their heads when they cannot face the actual reality. This reality is one giant mental delusion. I just realized while making this comment that the real world must suck. This is the important part of the comment that I wanted to really go over. So this part's important to me. I just realized while making this comment that the real world must suck. So if there are entities, archons, aliens, demons, whatever, playing this game or controlling humanity, you could say, the reality they're in, their world, must really suck. Because think about it. If we are a simulation for something else's entertainment, then that means that this game, this reality, this realm, what they do to us, is preferable to the actual reality. People cope with video games in this realm because sometimes they are better than actual reality as an experience. People get on World of Warcraft and kill dragons and shit because, well, sitting in reality is less exciting. People get on GTA and stuff because sitting in reality is less exciting. So if those entities choose to do this as opposed to their real realm, then that means the real realm sucks. Especially if they choose to do this to their real realm. Geez, what's the real world like then if this is their entertainment? Fucking sadistic weirdos. What up, Three Fingers? What up, 33 Steps? What up, pessimistic realist? I hate life. It's so futile, and every day I wake up, I feel lost, useless, and despair. I understand that. But that will come to an end. Well, no, that won't come to an end. What am I saying? It doesn't completely end, but I guess the second to second ruminating on it will come to an end. Eventually, your brain's going to burn out from that. Kaka Pipi wrote, yo, man, hope you're doing good. I'm doing all right, Kaka Pipi. I've got no complaints. I have no physical or mental ailments. I'm not super depressed. I mean, I'm as depressed as anybody that's as conscious as I am, but I'm doing pretty good. I hope you're doing good too, dude. I mean, as good as you can in this prison system, in this bizarre realm, in this simulation. Hey, at least the fucking sim coder knew to code into the Chris avatar. God biceps, bro. Bam! I'm sorry, guys. I'm just kidding. I don't know. It's like this 12-year-old comes out of me every once in a while. It's like, you know what happens is my brother Dimitri pops into my head, and we always have had a sort of playful relationship. And I think about doing some dumb shit like flexing my arms on him, or I play video games to avoid reality. That's what I'm saying. That means that the Archon's real reality must suck, dude. If they're choosing to do this as opposed to what else they could do in their realm, man. And maybe Archon entities can only exist in a realm they create. Maybe it works that way, but I'm saying there's a real world and they're from the real world. If we're just a simulation, that means we're a box or a cube or a game console or a computer tower in the real world, right? And they play the game with voice or whatever, however they do it. I think from their perspective, they're almost like a ghost. They could float through walls. They could hover over anywhere. They could probably travel instantly. I think that's the way they travel. And we can't see them, but they can see us. They're literally like a ghost, and they can go anywhere and see anything. I think that's the way it works. But what was I saying? There was a point that I had to make. Oh, yeah. Well pretty much their reality must suck because they're choosing to play this game. They even created this game to begin with, right? At this point, I believe Squid Game might be real. Just elites get bored at some point, so they want to get that sadistic high. What up, Gnostic Jedi? That's a weird thing to do. Hey, guys, I'm bored. Let me go and torment humans to feel a weird sadistic high. Like, let us come and kill you then, you fucking weird sadistic creep. How about that instead? But humans don't. Humans will watch the creeps be creepy. The creeps' little frontmen will come out with suits and stuff, the ones that protect them, literally mafia. We call them politicians. And they'll say, oh, no, everything, we've checked all the laws and did all the votes, and everything this creepy guy does is legal, or we just ain't got enough evidence. Average people on YouTube know that this creep funds a bunch of, but, you know, the FBI, the CIA, the real people that can go and deal with this motherfucker, they don't see it happening. Funny how that works. Ugh. You're all on the same team. You're all demons. You're all fucking demons. If you're a government politician, whatever, you are on the demon team. Fuck you. You're evil. I see right through you. I don't care if you think you're on a righteous mission. I don't care if the mind virus has completely possessed you and contaminated you and convinced you that you're this righteous person really fighting for people's rights. You are on the demon team. And if you go against the grain of the demon team, refer back to JFK, motherfucker. You know what'll happen to you, boy. The average person knows what'll happen to you, but you as a politician don't know? Okay. Yeah, they're all just, no. People that say stuff like that are crazy. We're the ones that are really in the real world. Okay, you creepy demons. Bunch of possessed fucking parasite demon humans. They're just controlled by the game. The gamer's objective, fuck with humans. And if there are a few good gamers, they're very rare and few and far and in between. But we are a game being played. We're not playing a game. We're not a soul playing a game. We're an NPC or character in the game that's being played. Scripted holiday, which people play with fireworks and eat barbecue. Yes, sir. I subscribed to that. He uploaded a video recently, the Jake the Asshole, and he's pretty funny. I mean, people have recommended him before, but I just never actually watched his videos, but he's pretty funny. He was making fun of that dude that talks with like a air on his voice or whatever, Penguin 0X or whatever his name is. Penguins X. Hey, guys, it's me. Why do creeps always talk like with air on there? What is that? It's like, bro, just say, hey, guys. Why are you going, hey, guys? Like, what the fuck's wrong? Anyways, when people talk like that, it really just annoys the fuck out of me. I don't know why. I just like, bro, just say the fucking words without all that air on there. But I ended up subscribing to him, and he said the only time his subscribe, because he has like 80,000. And you guys know, I was going to fucking wake up and make a celebratory, finally hit 2K video, and boom, YouTube knocked me down to 1,200, knocked off 800 subscribers like overnight. I'm over here devastated because I can't hit 2K, and my dude's got 82,000 talking about why he isn't more popular. I'm like, bro, 82,000 is pretty good. He said the only time his shit goes up, though, is during football season. That's what he said to me during Super Bowl season, or he said something like that. I can't remember, but during football, his subscribers goes up. I don't know if he makes football videos, but I definitely won't be watching them ones. When I first became anti-nihilist, I was an atheist, but as I've read more philosophy, I've started to think that God could exist, but he's a demiurge, similar to Gnosticism, though I'm agnostic. Is not sure. Well, I don't know. There's so many different. We could go 12 different directions with that one comment, pessimist. I mean, really. So, you started to think God exists, but he could be the demiurge. Well, God, if God exists, there's no God of this realm. It must be the God of the original realm that created this simulation. If there is a God, this realm doesn't have it. Again, would you say that the creators of GTA, if you were in the game GTA and they were all sentient AIs, they all thought they were real, whatever, could you go up to them and explain to them who the God of their realm is? There isn't no God of their realm. It's a simulation. There's creators of the realm, programs and humans that created their realm, but there's no God of their realm. You couldn't go and say, hey, look, the owners of Rockstar Games are gods. No, they're not. They're just regular old fucking scratch their ass, burp, fart, and wipe their ass and take shit's ass dirty human, just like the rest of us. They're just another meat monkey. They ain't no God. They're a very wealthy meat monkey, but they're just another meat monkey. Do you think you would have turned out just like them politicians if you grew up in their I think so, yeah. In their circumstances and in their occult family bloodlines that do all that weird shit. I think so, no name, but I don't know. Because, yeah, absolutely, we're affected by our environment, blah, blah, blah. And if constantly you're shown, like all your rich family has to do is turn on the TV and you could see how nasty humans act. And they go, see, they're ape monkeys. They're beneath us. We're better. So they're probably brainwashed to literally believe. So, yes, I think I would have ended up evil like them. But I wouldn't have seen it as evil from my perspective. I would have seen humans as evil and something that needs to be farmed, and because of what's constantly showed back to me through the news and what my family set up so that I would see. You know how it all works. But I think so. I don't know. But then again, that doesn't always work that way. My father beat the fuck out of us. I never had kids, but if I did, I definitely would not hit my children. My brother Tom had 3 kids. He didn't hit any of his kids ever. So, and he was also abused and bad. So your family doesn't guarantee the way you're going to be, but it definitely, your upbringing definitely has a huge effect on you. That is what makes you who you are. I like pandas. I think pandas aren't real conspiracy. Funny shit. YouTube just blue balling you at the 2,000 subscriber count, man. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. Like, because I see other channels complain, and they're like pushing 100,000 subscribers, and I'm like, huh. And guys, and just so you guys know, I'm not. It's not an ego thing. A lot of these big channels are subscribed to me. Out of my 500 subscriber views I'll get on a video, probably 50 of them are other channels. Like, there's a lot. Well, anyway, it's unfortunate that some of the most conscious humans in the world can acknowledge my videos as something of importance or substance. But now YouTube thinks, man, unless this dude's got pink hair or he's a man with like boobs, like showing how to breastfeed, he's just not important. What up, Ryrie? How you doing, brother? How you doing, man? How you been? I feel like I haven't seen you in a minute, Ryrie. Am I wrong about that? I have such a bad short-term memory, dude. And I smoke a lot of weed, so I mean, caca pee pee. Can we even tell if anyone on YouTube, for example, is not AI? Nope, there's no way to tell anymore. I could go on HeyGen right now. I mean, it's like $20 and pay the $20 monthly fee and make an AI video of me that's going to look and sound just as real as this one looks and sounds. Like, there's no way to tell anymore. It can do people's voices, behaviors, mannerisms, look. There's no way to tell if somebody's, until you meet them in person. Well, I'm probably going to meet some of my subscribers in person here in a minute, and then I'll take a video. They'll probably take a video of it, so you guys will know that I'm a real fucking bird. But I'm pretty sure, dude, again, anybody can find you nowadays. If you guys don't know I'm a real motherfucker, you're an idiot. And plain and simple, there's no nice way to say it. If you can't tell that I'm a real, if you're one of these weirdos sending me emails telling me that I'm not even the real Chris anymore, man, shut the fuck up. Where do you idiots come from? If we can't escape the simulation. You know, some jagoff. I actually thought it was that weirdo, Stevie Boy, sending me emails through another account, but it wasn't. I was wrong. There was some dude named Levi that actually used to comment on my videos. But he just started cursing me out of nowhere, saying I'm a demon. He almost sounded just like Stevie Boy, like that cult shit, like you're a demon. Oh, or he starts saying I'm being replaced or whatever. What did you do with the real Chris? And, like literally psych patient shit. And I always goof around. I'm like, hey, shut the fuck up, you fucking psycho. You know, shut the fuck up. You know, but it's, man, this reality is interesting. I'll say that. And the people that occupy it are interesting. I'll also say that. But if you can't tell, man, then you probably have mental issues, I would say. If you can't tell that I'm a real motherfucker, like my channel, the way I behave, just the way I am, me, you're an idiot. Get lost, mental patient. When you do go down a spiritual path, you start to separate yourself from friends, family, and society in the ways that would naturally happen. Your energy changes, analyzing people in a different way. What's that mean, a spiritual path? 33 steps. What do you mean by a spiritual path? Do you just mean becoming like self-reflective? What is a spiritual path to you? Is it incense? Is it crystals? What is a spiritual path to you? You're glad you're still here, Chris. I missed tuning into your live streams. What up, end of time? Yeah, I just sort of taking a little break. Like, honestly, when I started streaming, bro, I went ham. I was doing like fucking 10 or 12 hour streams every day, and I got kind of burnt out. To be honest, I was like burnt out. And even though the streams do, like, I enjoy the commenting, the communication part of them. I enjoy that. Not all the time. Sometimes it can be annoying, like when fucking mental patients show up. But for the most part, I enjoy it. But man, doing it for fucking just being watched for 10 hours a day would drive most people crazy. I would think after a while, you need some some days or weeks off. Good day. I'm okay. Bad. I'm okay. It's been a week. Always miss you live. Oh, I'm sorry to hear, Ryrie. At least you get to watch them back. But I know you struggle, dude. I know you're struggling. I know you're living off the streets and barely getting by, and et cetera, et cetera. I hope something changes, dude. But again, you can hope in one hand and shit in the other. The only one that can change anything about it is you, dude. You just need to put in your YouTube bio that you're a disabled trans-vax supporter, and you'll go, damn, dude, maybe I should. But then I'm going to get instantly banned, aren't I? Because there's going to be a bunch of pink hair showing up being like, oh, look what he said. He said he wants to kill elite people. I'm going to fucking ban this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So it's weird because I want my channel to blow up, but I don't want my channel to blow up at the same time. It's a weird predicament that I'm in. It's weird that this reality is even like this to me. But anyways, not spiritual past, but awakened from false doctrine. The Mandela effect proved to me that this world is a simulation. Then you see the biblical scriptures change overnight. Yeah, it's definitely a program, and it got hacked. Yeah, they changed the fucking lion and the lamb to, I think, the sheep, or no, the sheep and the wolf. It used to be a lion and a lamb, LL. Now it's a SW, sheep, wolf. Like, what the fuck? And that's one I knew about without even being a Christian. I had heard that, you know, as a kid, you'd hear it in elementary school, the lion would lay with the lamb and blah, blah. And before the world got corrupted, and the lion would lay with the lamb, even the predators would lay with the prey pretty much. They were friendly. But no, that was never said that way. It's like, huh, really? Those water skins or wine bottles were turned into water skins or whatever. An explanation I heard. The skins were turned into wine bottles, if I'm remembering correctly. I mean, I'm not big on the Bible, but I do remember some of them being weird, different. When you see that, and the fact that, you know, if you smoke a little bit of the spirit molecule, dimethyltryptamine, and shine a diffracted laser on anything, including your arm skin, you can see code running behind the surface of all physical objects. Simulate. That's like, this is a simulation. That's like yelling, this is a simulation out of a loudspeaker that's the size of the Grand Canyon. This is a simulation. I mean, we see code like a fucking machine. That's weird, dude. That's really weird. I mean, the Mandela effect, the mysterious history, the limited environment, like the firmament, domed little controlled environment, all scream simulation. Like when people see celebrities and they dress up like a woman, or they do a, in quotes, humiliation ritual, you're seeing the gamer that plays them just have fun with them. That's what's going on. It is a humiliation ritual, but it's a gamer toying with their character, making them do some crazy shit just because they enjoy fucking with people. The same way we do. We get on Grand Theft Auto. We don't just drive perfect and stop at stop signs and red lights. We blow through the stoplight. We fucking go on the sidewalk, take out 10 pedestrians, go this way, shoot this motherfucker. We create chaos, and that's what they do. Do you wake up every day and have dread that you are still here? Sort of. I don't know if I'd call it dread. Dread's a dark fuck. I've felt the feeling dread, Chris, and that's fucking, man, that's, I don't wake up, but I don't wake up happy every day that I'm here. That's for sure. Whoever the hell here is, I find that I simply want nothing anymore. Nothing from this invalid existence. Pure filth reality. Yeah, I'm sort of on that same page, Chris. It's just a hell realm. It's a dookie boy realm. It's a shithole. It's a fucking misery pit. It creates nothing but conflict, chaos, war, struggle, poverty, depression, blah, blah. There's no abundance, peace, prosperity. And if we're in like the script where it gets to that, when I'm 100 years old, because it seems to perpetuate a stagnant, actually even regressive state of humanity. Fuck progressive, regressive. We're going backwards with a lot of shit, humanity. It's weird. No. No name. I was about this close to placing the order, and I bitched out, dude. I mean, there's literally websites where you can go and order the damn DMT vape pen with the fucking cartridge, just like the shit you would get at a smoke shop. But I bitched out. But I would. In other words, if you can get DMT, email me. I'll give you my address. Send me some shit. I'll take that shit. I'll take that shit on the motherfucking stream. I don't give a fuck, baby. Do you wake up every day? Probably not on stream. I think that's like extremely illegal, but I would definitely do it. And have tried that. I already read that. I would love to do the experiment. No name. Supposedly, there's like millions of different characters, and they're like pulsating or moving. They look like Japanese or ancient hieroglyphs, like a sort of mixture, like a hybrid lettering of those two letters. Yeah, it's fucking weird, this reality. It's definitely weird. Weird is a good word to describe this reality. Bizarre, strange, twilight zone, hell realm, suffering, pit, torture chamber. We are in animal suits that have two orifices, one that eats dead flesh and one that shits out dead matter. That's enough to tell you that this is a hell realm, or hell, or heal/hell, the lower realm. Love the content. Thank you, Freshly Wild. Appreciate you. In the beginning, there was a words, and the words was with God, and the words was God. Words create sound, sound frequency, frequency equal to light or electric, Elohim or El. Yeah, Ryrie, and we're all photons at the end of the day. Like what Dan is explaining over at Dan Go Thoughts with the laser experiment was actually already explained. When they said that we were all basically photons. All physical matter is light. That there explained that this was a simulation, but nobody could really understand. Because some people would say, "Oh, it's just like light that God's creating," or something. What up, Shanghai? How you doing, brother? Chris, I realize that there's one question that I can't answer, no matter how many times we theorize. How and why are we here? Yeah, it's difficult. You can't answer it. Is it luge? Is it randomness? We are born blanket programmable, no help. I think that if this is a simulation, we're here as characters to use and abuse. So we're the characters, like it whispers into our subconscious, and we do this, or it implements this desire into us, and it drives us to do it. So it controls humans, but it also enjoys tormenting humans too. Very few people are really happy anymore. Most people just exist these days. Yeah, because there's nothing to be happy about. They've literally created this stagnant hell realm. When I say they're a part of the reality. The reality was going to be this. Oh, evil moved in and taken over. Okay, well, can we go and do something about that? Oh, we're not going. We're just going to keep talking. Well, then evil's going to rule over us every day of our lives. Good job, everybody. Everyone lives in their smartphones. No one enjoys the moment like we used to. In the beginning, there was... Do you know why, Aaronax? Let's be brutally honest. Why would somebody choose to be in their phone over coexisting with humans? I hate to say it, but I don't know if people were more kind, less narcissistic, less selfish, less weird back in the day, and they were easier to communicate with. But if you've communicated with humans lately, it's very annoying and energy draining most of the time. Most of the time you're dealing with erratic, emotional, walk on eggshell type of people, bro. It'd make me want to go on my phone. I don't want to talk to these fucking retards either. The phone's better. The phone's better. If the exchange was better, they would put their phone down naturally. Do you understand what I'm saying? It would happen organically that way if people were decent, but people aren't. People became nasty. When people say they miss the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, they don't miss the 90s. The 90s was just an era of time. You can't miss time. They miss the people, bro. People were way different. People became weirdos. In the beginning, there was the word, and it said, "This is the Dookie Boy realm." And so it was. Absolutely no name. That's all God said. Actually, he didn't say it. It came out of his rear end. It sounded like, and then this reality existed. one of them horse shits. Chris, were you imitating a horse? No, I was imitating somebody spraying mud on the toilet after eating Taco Bell. That's this reality. God ate Taco Bell and fucking sprayed mud. And this reality came out of his shitty, stinking ass. 6 times sense, you can decipher it. It's not easy to decipher this reality, but I think we're doing a good job. Layers of simulation, the literal construct, and also how you do in a sim self, and also how we live. People put rock climbing gums in cities to simulate actual rock climbing, playing games like Farmville instead of tending a garden. Yeah, everything is a distraction in this realm. Everything's a distraction, and there's layers of distractions, I would agree. Bible is a codex, not actually completely, or never mind. That is a legend. Actual God made thus worked with rectum. Hey, look, and then the name wrecked. Like he's saying, I wrecked you all. He wrecked them. I wrecked them. Yeah, he shit us out. We came out of his rectum. Look, we've been wrecked right from the beginning. Because that's where we came from, baby. Nostalgia has become a severe cope to many right now because look at what's happening recently. Yeah, minds want to go to the comfort. So they always want to go to what's better. That's why relationships fail, because in the woman's head or in the guy's, whoever cheats, the grass is always greener on the other side. So like the brain's always looking for its better version. Like people that do heroin call it chasing the dragon because they never get that high again. The brain always wants that or better than that. So when you think about the 90s, it's better than, well, the 2020s. I think hell's better than the 2020s. At least in hell, we would have all gone numb to this misery by this point. We would have just burnt in the fire and went numb. One worked with breath, other rectum. One wrecked with the breath, other with the rectum. Yep. Yeah, because he sprayed mud tea, and the first words out of his mouth after immediately exploding was, oh, shit. So then the whoop, and there's the Dookie Boy realm. He created it all by accident. He was just dropping a deuce and popped one out. Also, look at humans. They are just animals with intellect. No other higher perception other than their base needs. Yeah, humans are disgusting, to be honest. It sucks being a human. It sucks being a part of this low-level meat monkey existence, but and they're monkeys. We're monkeys, bro. Like, let's be honest. Like, when they find one of these tribes out in the wild, they're usually like so goddamn primitive and stupid. They're literally like a couple steps above a fucking ape, above an orangutan. Humans aren't capable, honestly. We complain about this matrix system, but without it, they would all be cavemen fucking retards walking around mouth drooling ass dumb motherfuckers, probably hitting women on the head with clubs and dragging them into the woods to R-word them or something, you know? Humans are just gross, dude. They are. Like, let's be honest. If this is a matrix system, it's actually done a good job of domesticating us. I used to want to get married again, start over. Now, fuck no. I enjoy just concentrating on my interests. Even marriage is a fucked up program to me. So I sort of don't enjoy anything, Aaron X. It's very rare that I enjoy something. Like, I enjoy these conversations, doing the lives. But, like, I could say, well, being single is better. I enjoy, and I do. I'm a sort of recluse. I enjoy my alone time. I sort of don't like to be bothered that much. I'm very to myself, sort of homebody kind of guy. So I got tons of arguments against the relationship. But, I've also got arguments for being in a relationship too. Like, it sucks being alone all the time. It sucks every time that I do get horny. I've got to rub one out instead of spending my time with a beautiful woman. It sucks. Like, there's ups and downs to everything. But I don't enjoy being single either. You're right. I don't enjoy being in a relationship. Just somebody bitching or complaining, or just the shit that comes with relationships, the envy, the jealousy, the weird shit that people always comparing you to like their ex-boyfriends type shit. Like, fuck off. You know what I'm saying? I do prefer to be single, but I don't enjoy being single either in actual reality. That it sucks too. Just being alive in this reality sort of sucks. Just being a human. I don't know if it's a psychic thing. I don't know if it's we're connected to a sort of collective consciousness. We all sort of just feel the depression of humanity because we are connected to it. Maybe that's what's going on. But just being a human alive is not an enjoyable experience. I immediately need a distraction or a cope to get by. I need something to entertain me, something to focus on, something to smoke on, something to, you know what I'm saying? This reality sucks. Rectal boy realm, absolutely. What up, Zane? I don't know if I've ever asked this here before, but is time passing insanely fast for you guys? Yes, it is. Not the same amount of time in the day. So, Robin, this is actual scientific proof what I'm about to say. There are certain monks, I can't remember if it's Peruvian, Tibetan, some monks somewhere. They have this religion where they do these 24-hour chants. And they would do them for like 3 or 4 days in a row. There's no longer enough time in the day for them to do their chants. So literally the day's been shortened. They say a 24-hour day now is comparable to like an 18-hour day. So yes, time's literally sped up. It goes by way faster now. Codex not simply to follow the scripture, only stupid follow without the research. It's true meaning only. Realize. Why does the Bible have a true meaning that's hidden behind mystery? I would say that's pretty stupid to do if it was important. My head, that sounds like we're being manipulated or controlled or gaslit. My head is in the lap of a beautiful, conscious woman at this exact moment. Well, lucky you, Shengel. Thanks for fucking twisting the knife that was already in my back. That's why I need me. I need me an old lady over here running her fingers through my hair. You guys know what I mean. Baby's in. What up, baby's in? How you doing? The only solution to the human conditioning is to stop the conditioning. Sexual attraction is a fucking trap. That's true. The human figure, the female figure, is literally the first step in a bunch of steps that magnetically pulls you as the entity in this realm towards bringing another soul into this reality. Physical attraction is the first part of trapping you. I didn't say I wanted to get a woman pregnant, but what up, Chaco? Everybody, how you doing, Chris? Hope you're fine besides the usual shit. Yeah, I'm good, brother. I'm good. No physical or mental ailments going on with me. I'm pretty good, pretty like top notch. I've actually defeated the parasites that were attacking me by attacking them back and pointing out how weird they are. I haven't gotten a nasty email from Mouth Breather Boy for at least 2 weeks now, so that's a plus. Everything's going really good. For 3 years, I dealt with that shit, and I would always like brush it off or say, I think I got frustrated a few times, said, fuck you, you fucking gray old bastard, you fucking weirdo. But most times it's like, yeah, whatever, dude, or yeah, you're a creep, or, cool story, bro, was one I would use. But finally, I just got sick. Dude, 3 years later, I'm like, fuck you, I'm going to start telling you you're a fucking weirdo, bitch. Let's see how you deal with ridicule. And his ass broke after 2 weeks. So, well, I didn't know that about the monks. I will definitely look into it. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Sounds great, man. How did you defeat them? I just started reflecting, started projecting the same shit on them that they were doing onto me. And then just started being honest with them in emails, saying, I'm living in your head rent free, you fucking creep. All day I'm in your head. You're obsessed with me. You make a video about me like every fucking week. You're a weirdo. I started telling him the real truth. Like, you're a psych patient. You call me Uncle Fester, bitch. I seen that video of you on that fucking Demon Slayer channel. You literally look like Uncle Fester. Why are you calling me Uncle Fester, you fucking gray dying asshole looking fat boy? Like, I started picking on him back, and he didn't like it, bro. He didn't like it. And he better keep his fucking distance and never talk about me again. He really should apologize to me and my mother. He started blaming me for his damn fatigue. What are you doing? You're a demon. You're attacking me and all my people. Why are you cursing us? Leave us alone, you demon. Like, bro, you're blaming me for your fatigue. You're an idiot. You're a psych patient that needs to go and get help. And I don't like sending people to the matrix system to get help, but that motherfucker needs it. The matrix system's version of a helped human would be an upgrade to that dodo bird. Your sweat spots and knuckle cracking. And how am I a demon? Crickets every time. Can you explain to me how I'm a demon? I see through you. You're a demon. Yeah, you've been saying that for 3 years. Can you take it to step 2? Or are you just like stuck on step 1 like a broken record player, you fat retard? Let me count my tears of how I miss them. You're wearing black. Demon. Yeah, I know. This is actually dark gray. Bam! Oh! I would say it's not what you're wearing. It's how you wear it, baby. And if this shirt's tight, yeah, you'll see my sweat spots, but you'll also see my sexy, hot dad bod, bro. Shengel is a demon. Oh, Shango, that was another tactic. They kept calling me a demon. I know you're a demon. I know you're a demon. And then I would say, I'm going to send my demon minions to come get you. And they'd be like, no, you can't. You're powerless. It's like, okay, retard. Do you believe that I'm a demon or do you believe that I'm powerless? Like, which one is it? Can your psych patient brain make sense of reality, you dumbass? you know, it's like, am I really a demon? Then you would fear me. If you truly believed I'm a demon instead of just being a nasty weirdo, you would fear me, right? Like, yo, that dude's a demon. If I go and curse him out, he's going to curse me. I'm going to have fatigue and issues and, you know, depression. He's going to send his demon. But then you say, okay, I am a demon. I'm going to send my little wiggly worm into your eye socket to take your brain over. They're like, no, you can't. It's like, you're an idiot. Just like, go away. What are you doing here? You're like the weirdo at the party that nobody invited and nobody likes. Go away, motherfucker. Bunch of creepy ass weirdos up in this realm, bro. I'm glad you motherfuckers are normal. If it wasn't for you guys, man, these weirdos would really make me have a bad outlook on humanity. I mean, it's not like I have a great one anyways, but you want a demon, say the word. Don't do it to them, T. T has been through enough misery in his life now where he can project that out on people, unless he's defeated his demon. So there's some people that can really hurt you with their minds. Be careful who you talk shit to, who you fuck with. And I truly believe that. I've experienced that personally. Okay. There's people that can fuck you up with their minds. People can give you cancer with their minds if they hate you enough. If there's enough people that hate you, you can get cancer from their thoughts. God works in a mysterious way. Our mind cannot comprehend real truth. The pencils of discernment. True knowledge is power. Knowledge can use for good or evil. Maybe, Ryrie. Maybe. Donald Marshall reference? Funny. Angels are the ones you send to fuck them up. T, there is great power in peace, harmony, and just not responding. There's great power in silence. There's great power in solitude. There's great power in turning your back on the things that want your attention. There's great power in all these things. I'm aware of all that, dude. I learned how to deal with humans at a very young age. If you're being abused every day, you really need to learn how to read people. That's how you survive. That's how you avoid getting your face punched in. You've got to be able to read your father's facial expressions to know if you're angering him. If you were an abused child, you learn how to read people at that age, because reading people at a young age is the difference between you getting your fucking face punched in or not. They know the truth, but they use for evil. Do they know the truth, Ryrie? What's the truth? What is the truth? That this is a simulation? And then how do you use the simulation for evil? I sort of want to get away from thoughts that have no, you could be right. I'm not saying you're not right. I'm saying let's talk about how you're right. First off, what do the elites know? That's a truth that we don't know. And if they do know this truth, how are they using that knowing of that truth for evil? If let's say the truth is a simulation, this is a simulation, the only way that I could use that truth for evil is by starting a business that I know is like evil and just basically saying, oh, well, they're just NPCs. Maybe that's what you mean. By the chaos that comes to be God, just like you and me, remember, nothing is real. Everything is permitted. What is real? Again, define real. If you're talking about this realm, then this realm is what we refer to as real. I don't think this realm is real. I think this realm's a simulation. This realm's an obvious simulation, dude. Simulation, no good or evil. So owners, I don't know, or personal perspective. If this is a simulation, there is no good and evil, only personal perspective. That's true. There's a personal perspective of good and evil. This is true. People do whatever and crap goes to he. Oh no, then people do whatever and crap goes to hell. Yeah. If you just create, okay, how do you create a hell realm? You make it where all the most conscious entities in the realm create it for you. You put them at a level of consciousness where they're just angry enough, just emotional enough, just dumb enough to keep it in a low level state. Yep. Nothing is real. I agree, Shingo. Well, nothing is real. I don't know about that. I don't know. Something real had to create the false realm, right? Like you don't just get false realm out of nothingness. Right? Am I wrong about that? I don't know. Fucking lost my fucking wallet, dude. Went to the damn grocery store. Had about $180 worth of groceries. Got up to the register and my wallet was missing. It must have fell out of my pocket while I was getting out of my car and someone grabbed it because I had just grabbed it. Actually, I pulled into the parking lot, pulled into the spot. I think I only had like $140 in my only. I mean, that's a lot of money to me, but I had like $140 in there. My credit card, my ID, my social security, everything. And I actually panicked when I got there because my wallet's either in my back pocket or in my middle console, and it wasn't there. And I freaked out. I was like, oh shit, that's right. I changed pants at the gym. It's in my other pants back pocket. So I got out of that back pocket, put it in my pocket, and somewhere between there and being in the store shopping, it got lost. I'm hoping it shows up in the mail, even if it shows up without the cash. Like, bro, just at least send me back my ID and my credit card and all that. I mean, I instantly went on the Wells Fargo app, shut the card off. What's weird, though, the next day when I had got up, just at about 5 p.m., I got this weird thought in my head. Is the card on or off? I went and checked. It was turned back on. And then I look in my data, and it says your card has been turned off. It showed like 12 hours ago. And it will not be turned on until you turn it on again. Well, it was on. I had to go and turn it off again. I've checked it every day since. It's been off. But yeah, man, I lost my whole shit. And so right now, I'm like struggling. I have no well, anyways, I have no food, nothing. And I'm waiting I already ordered the new credit card. I'm waiting for my card to come. There's a way that I think that there's a way where I can pay with my phone through the Wells Fargo app, but I haven't figured it out yet. But I'm also hoping that my fucking shit shows up in the mail again. Even if you took the money, bro, just at least send my shit back to me. My address is on the fucking thing. Just send me my shit back, bro, please. I think that the so-called elite are even real, and they understand is the mechanics of this realm and how to interact with the unseen more than the common people or masses. I think that if there are elites in this realm, they don't know anything. Well, no, I'm sorry. They know more than probably the average person because they're one of the avatars being used in a very compartmentalized system by the demon that controls everything. Even different countries is a form of compartmentalizing humans. Why aren't we? We're all human. Why aren't we all just in one place together? All of us, Asians, blacks, whites, whatever type of person, all in just the same place, and we're all living in the same exact cities. Why are there different? It's to compartmentalize. It's to raise up humans in different cultures. We're an experiment. Something's seeing the way we behave if we're raised this way or around that. Something's playing with us. We're being played with. The elites are toys. They're pawns. They get an urge to do this and they just do it. But they probably are aware they're being played, but they don't know what's going on. The Archon or the devils or whatever, the gamers know what's going on. So, what do you mean? Yes, you do. Laugh out loud, Shingo. So everything is permitted. IRS means we can't do whatever we can do. Good or dude, so many things mean we fuck the IRS. Just take my getting old, losing your youth, your health, your watching people. Everything we do in this existence isn't permitted and forced upon us. First is nothing, then something comes into existence. Then all things to ever exist within that existence. Until it ceases to exist once again. Existence itself isn't really real. How does nothing do anything? If something came out of nothing to create a realm or whatever, that's still something, not nothing. Something came out of nothing. How? How does nothing ever create anything? Just how? Like for me to create a house out in the woods, I need some things. I need wood, I need nails, I need things. I don't just go out to a desolate desert and go, I want this to be there, and it just appears there. That doesn't happen. For things to happen, you need things. When has nothing ever created anything observable to you? Some know life is stupid and needs to end. If they find out an existential threat is looming, an asteroid or the sun's about to supernova, I don't care. I don't want to experience a bad like ending. Like I don't want to die scared. I don't want to like see a tidal wave coming or like the ground shaking and opens up and I fall into some like hole or like I don't want to die in a scary way. Then again, I'm not even sure if I do die, Aaronex. This may be I don't know what's going on here. I think I already have died a few times, but that is so cached. I would probably cry if it were me. I need some magic. This reality bored me to defeat. Yeah. An asteroid would be excellent. You wonder why all these people wear robes and chants and do all this role playing, John? They're bored. Why do rich people do it? Because they're bored. Humans get bored. There's a great program to implement into the human avatar that's great to control it. Make it where it needs constant entertainment or it's in a state that's not enjoyable. Like, what the fuck? You ever played it? Oh, I definitely played World of Warcraft. I was just wrong. Some Magic too, Harry Potter. Yeah, I wish this realm was exciting too, Chris. My hope is that we all become X-Men, bro. Every one of us gains superpowers. I'm going to be like Nightcrawler for my movement ability. Is going to be teleport, but my casting ability, or you could just say power, is going to be to heal people, to heal the blind, the deaf, make people's legs grow back, like make people's whose eyeballs are missing out of socket, just and they have eyes. Beautiful eyes too. That would be like the type of eyes everybody wishes they had, like crystal blue, fucking glowing looking eyes. Like, bro, I wouldn't just grow your legs back. I'd grow your legs back with some fucking quads and calves on them bitches, bro. You'd be running sprints like a god after I healed you. You'd be all fat and shit, and I'd just be like, and your fucking belly would just be like, and you'd be like skinny, and you'd have like a six pack, and you'd be all fucking ripped. And people would be like, oh my God, thank you. And I would just turn and walk away, and I'd be like, and disappear. They'd be like, who was that guy? I think you're absolutely right. It's just a fucked up experiment. Me too. It's a hell realm, Dookie Boy realm. It's a simulation, and we are sentient. We are in the Matrix. And even if the story changes to where we defeat the bad guy and good wins in the end, we're still in the Matrix. It's just a way to conform our minds to being into the Matrix, because there's always that bad place we were at before, but they never say the bad place we were always in the whole time. DNA gene experimentation, maybe? Nothing and something are the same thing. Okay, I don't understand that, but you have to more deeply explain that to you so my brain can comprehend it. Interesting. I mean, I would say territories are good for those who need them, probably more animalistic humans, but I personally would probably thrive and be so happy in mixed race society. Yeah, I think. Okay, Robin, I think even looking at it as a mixed race society is a part of the problem. It's not. It's humans that are a little bit different from one another. Some have different music, some have different clothes, some have different skin color, some have different builds, for Christ's sakes, facial structures. They're just humans, different versions of them. Just humans. Everybody's just a human. I don't know why people race. Anyways, they're neither good or bad. Thinking makes it so. William Shakespeare. There is. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Like, okay, so that's a. I hate that shit, dude. You're right. You're right, but you're wrong too. So it's like it's an argument that just annoys me because I could argue both sides. You're right. There is no right or wrong. It's only a concept. That's true. But saying George Soros is evil is also true. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, no thing must come before something in order for something to have a space to exist within. If you're nothing, there is no space in you to exist in. All things that exist require a space to exist within. That space is no thing. I don't understand, Shingo. I want to die by doing a front flip off a skyscraper. It would be very peaceful. That would not be peaceful, bro. I'm afraid of heights, especially if when I was falling, I got that feeling in my stomach like, bro, I'm about to die. I don't want to die with this feeling. It'll be over instantly, though. What class did you play in WoW? So my original character was a mage. And then the following character was a warlock. only for PvP because they were overpowered. And then the following character that became my main character, you could say, was my warrior. I was known as a warrior for the majority of the time I was playing WoW. I liked PvPing as a warrior. I like fucking people up, bro. And I would. But I ended up playing every character eventually because, I mean, WoW got to the point where you could level a character up in like 2 hours to max level. Like you use some potions and experience pot, whatever, and you could level a character up in like 2 hours. So I eventually played all characters. You know, they're just a fun game to play. I enjoy learning the characters or testing different builds and stuff. But originally, I'm an OG warrior, baby. Since season 2, I've been a warrior. So season 2 or season 3, I was a warrior. Up to about season 5 or 6, and then got sick of WoW and PP. Whenever they introduced Death Knights, PvP got a little weird. I think it was season 5, actually, season 4 or 5. I still played the next season, maybe even the season after that, but it fell off after that, bro. Lock, Mage, Hunter, and Priest. So you like being ranged, T. I did too. I loved being a mage. I was a fire mage in vanilla. Nobody was a fire mage. I was the only fire mage in vanilla, but anybody that played Doomhammer server, remember Nicodemus? That's me, baby. And if you know Nominator, bro, tell him I miss him and I'd love to talk to him again. Just watching movies with superpowers makes me feel free. What is this? His name, in actual reality, his name is Vietnam. Nguyen or something like that. Nguyen or some shit. Nguyen or something like that. That's his actual name. Vietnam Nguyen. He's a Vietnamese dude. Cool as fuck. His old lady was he was in an interracial relationship. His old lady was a pretty black woman with a big old booty on her. And he was just one of the most chillest dudes ever. Super chill. I miss Nam. I love him. Hope he's doing good. He had 3 kids with her. They had 2 or 3 kids, if I remember correctly. I would talk to his old lady and shit through Discord or Skype or whatever. She'd be like, he tell me he's about to quit playing this fucking little stupid game, but y'all got him addicted to this shit. I'm like, it's not me that's got him addicted. He's my boy. I just play with him. Like, yeah, I know. I see through your bullshit, Nico, or whatever she'd say. I'd be like, no, I'm not. I'm trying to keep him out of your relationship, honey. We're playing the game, bro. We're fucking dominating these dragons, bro. Oh, man, the good old days. God created reality to play human, created GTA to play, as above, so below. AI getting realistic. Right. So this reality, there is a God or a conscious creator, it created this reality to have experience. So we're definitely going towards VR. Because think about it, it's like, what do humans want? What would we manifest? I want to be God. All humans want power. God, they want to control everything. They want the most beautiful woman, the best, most everything. They want to experience that. So that's what we're all manifesting. VR is the only way that's possible. I think is thinking overrated and gay? I don't know. It's hard to say. Pain. What up, Marvel Goats? That's an interesting name. Marvel Goats. Who do you think's the Marvel Goat, bro? To me, the Marvel Goat is Gambit, bro. It's got to be Gambit. He's even more of a goat than Wolverine, in my opinion. Good and evil is needed to limited human for survival. Good and evil doesn't apply to God. We are God. We just need to remember. Bro, what is this motherfucker? So when I was working with my buddy, my old buddy now, he showed me, we're both into the same shit. He's actually got the same taste of music as me. I mean, I'm not so much into collecting like action figures or whatever, but doing the dioramas, I really enjoyed that. It was fun creating them, putting in the ideas. I'm a creative, so like that shit like that. And he's like, yo, let's take a break. And what does he show me? This new X-Men cartoon where fucking Gambit died. I'm like, bro, showed me a scene literally where Gambit gets wrapped up and he's like being held by one of the Sentinels or something, and he's just basically died. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Why would you show me that? Good and evil, it's needed to limited human for survival. Good and evil doesn't apply to God, and we are God. We just need to remember. But what do we need to remember? If I remember, oh yeah, I'm God, now what happens? Well, Chris, you still got to pay that electric bill. You still got to wipe your ass when you shit later. You still got to stuff food into your gullet. Isn't it hypocritical to say that there is no right and wrong, but then complain about the politics? Yeah, exactly. So, John, thank you for saying this. But then complain about the politicians or the reality or anything we complain about being immoral and taking advantage of us. Yeah. So, do we hate the evil elites, or are we going to say there is no evil? It's just the way you perceive them. Like, no, they're fucking demonic and evil, bro. What? Remove lid school to tree. They fucked it. T, bro, please. When TGDY, when they removed ild school taken tree, they fuck it up. Oh, when they removed something, you're talking about WoW, but I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Cookie cutter bullshit. Oh yeah, level geared. Yeah, the game became unbalanced. It became unbalanced. If you were playing against backpedalers and you were a skilled PvPer, I could run in with you could say no heals and kill 3, 4, maybe even 5 of these backpedaling, clickers. You know what I'm saying? If you were a skilled gamer, you could kill 4 or 5 people solo. And then it got to the point where characters were getting abilities for like just like one shot you, and even a random retard would just get geared and push one button and kill you. It was just like, this game got stupid. What is this? This became an arcade game. I liked it when it was skill based. Gambit was always my fave. Really, I like Gambit. Well, I don't know if Gambit's my fave. So to me, he's one of the GOATs though, because he's like the original OG. He had style, he had swag, and he was with the X-Men since the beginning. I mean, you could say Cyclops or maybe what's her name? Why do I always forget the Phoenix's name? God damn it. Jane? Was that her name? Jane? What the hell's the Phoenix's name? The one that Wolverine likes. She's attracted to Scott. They're in a relationship. I always forget her fucking name. She's like one of the most powerful. I mean, you could say Magneto or Professor X are the GOAT OGs, but nah, to me, Gambit was a real G, bro. Gambit was a card player. He had swag. Gambit got all the ladies, bro. He wasn't fighting over one girl like little pussy ass Beta, Wolverine, and Scott were. All Gambit had to do was show up and say, "What's up, my ladies?" with his like fucking accent. Bro, he was going home with one tonight. I like Gambit and Legion. VR, AR, 2D, Metaverse, Matrix, Transhuman, Borgs, Jupiter Brains, etc. It's on its way. Shengel, why are you saying it's on its way as opposed to it's already happening now? Like, aren't our consciousnesses already like plugged in or in some sort of program already? Like what you're saying is going to happen has already happened, hasn't it? Aren't we in like a sim? Well, anyways, I don't know. I mean, Oblivion is the Marvel GOAT. Oblivion? Who the fuck's Oblivion? You mean that motherfucker that just grows? No, that's not Oblivion. What's his name? Apocalypse. Who's Oblivion? I don't even know who the fuck that is. For X-Men, it's Magneto, the Revolutionary. Now, Magneto, I do like Magneto. And I like his arguments and stuff. Like, he makes a lot of great points. The relationship between Magneto and Professor X was amazing. Like, literally like Jesus and the devil talking. Well, you could say that Magneto's the devil, or you could look at it from his perspective. It's like he had some great arguments too. I don't know. I love Magneto and Professor X. They made the cartoon great. They're, between the bad mutants and good mutants, kept the drama going. But to me, Gambit's the OG, baby. Gambit could walk into Magneto's den and point at his wife, and she'd be going home with Gambit, bro. Chris, are you saying that to be the OG, you got to be able to pull ladies? No, I'm saying that's just one aspect of what made Gambit an OG. If there is an option to live permanently in a fake VR reality, I am going. Laugh out loud. Now, Gambit's awesome. I liked Beast as a character. As a mutant, he was boring, but as a character, he was really cool. Professor X, obviously, Magneto were great characters. Scott always kind of annoyed me, even though I still see him as like a very righteous Avenger, good guy. His personality was always kind of weird. Always kind of came off like a cop to me, or like an army guy or something. I don't know, I just don't like that like military type style personality. But powers wise, like what looks cool to me, Nightcrawler. You guys ever see the opening scene on X-Men 2 or whatever, the second movie they made, where Nightcrawler goes in to the White House and fucking almost kills the president? That scene shows you how badass his power actually can be. His power's dope. To me, Nightcrawler's power's dope, bro. I love that shit. And just the shit that his dad did or whatever, like where he would literally grab people, because if he touches you, he can teleport you with him. And literally just teleport to you, put his hand on your shoulder, teleport you and him 300 feet in the air, and just watch you fall. That's an overpowered fucking ability. If there's ever a threat, you teleport right to like the Antarctic. You're sitting there in the ice chilling. There ain't no threat no more. Instant teleportation's overpowered too. Who's the OG? Actually, now that I think about it, maybe it isn't. Maybe it is more Professor X is more of the OG, or Magneto. That scene where Magneto was in the camps and they're pulling him and he's like, they're like taking his mom from him and he's pulling the barbed wire fence towards him. That's pretty OG. If he was in the camps, that's pretty OG. Oh, Jean Grey, yep. Emma Frost, second choice, Phoenix. Jean Grey's just God, like literally can think, do anything, and literally dematerialize anything that exists. That's just the most overpowered ability. Like you could say Superman's overpowered, but compared to Jean Grey, he's a punk. He's like 20% her power. Coming online more and more every day. It just gets deeper and deeper. Shangel, then that's what the god or creator of this realm wants to happen anyways, and that's what's going to happen. My immortal is the final. You know humans don't come together. They don't do shit. Final character to exist and be all alone. We just complain about our situation, but we don't do nothing about it. I love Quicksilver. Quicksilver's pretty cool. Thanos was right. I never seen Thanos or Thanos, however it said Thanos. I never seen the Marvel or the Figure 4 shows or whatever with him. Definitely coming, so you would get your wish. The White Queen. Another belief, Shango. I can't control shit here. Oh, and actually, that dude that would collect people's energy, like you just couldn't hurt him. He would collect your energy and shoot it back at you. The main bad guy was what was his name? Kevin Bacon or whatever. That dude's power was pretty overpowered too. I can't control shit here. Snow Bunny Supreme. Yeah, she was fine as hell in the thing. I don't remember her on the cartoon though. Or maybe I do. And of course, 107.44 when I look up. Click live chat, Chris. I think you're missing comments. No, I'm on live chat. I'm going over at comments. I don't do at comments anymore because they're not at me. If they're at someone else, it's another person's conversation. Because I was reading those at comments all the time, and people were getting upset at me. They're like, I'm not talking to you. Or they'd say, oh, can't you tell that was at somebody else? So I just stopped reading them. Like, I'm not going to get fucking scolded on my own stream for reading comments. But if they have an at symbol now, I skip right over them. So if those are the ones I'm skipping. Oh, Shaw is a beast. Yeah, that was his name, Shaw, the dude that collected the energy. That motherfucker was overpowered, bro. It's like, how do you fuck with this dude? Like, you literally, even if Magneto throws a giant Titanic ship at him, he's just going to fucking absorb the impact. The ship's going to fall, and he's going to shoot it back at him. There's like no way to fuck with this dude. Jean Grey would fuck with him. Jean Grey would just dematerialize his brain while it's in his head from 1,000 miles away if she wanted to. So could Professor X too. People don't realize, bro, if Professor X had walked the path of Magneto, that shit would have been over on day one, bro. Professor X had the power of God as well. Where do my lungs store all of it? Like, I blow it all out and I keep breathing, and the motherfucker's still in there. Like, get out of my lungs, bitch. Overpower is boring. Omega Mutant should be banned. I agree. It's over. Anybody having an overpowered ability makes it unbalanced and stupid. But if everybody gets different abilities, man, some are definitely going to be stronger than others. And some are going to be stronger than others environmentally. Like there's that dude, I can't remember his name. He was a black character. He was played in one of the X-Men movies, and his ability or power was to adjust. So if you put him in water, he grows gills. If you put him in fire, he becomes like molten lava. He would just adjust to his environment. So you could say his power is way more powerful than other people's powers based on environment. Because if you're Wolverine, yeah, you're super powerful. But if he goes underwater and you start to swim towards him, well, he could grab you and drag you down until you're fucking drown. He's gonna be sitting there swimming around like a fish. So you may be overpowered on land compared to him, but under the water, he's gonna get you. If you're both throwing lava, he's gonna walk out. You're gonna die or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So powers are OP situationally too. You know what I'm saying? If I wanted to rob a bank, let's say, and I had Juggernaut's power, I could definitely rob a bank, but it's going to cause a lot of chaos and commotion. If I had Nightcrawler's power, I would do it. Nobody even know I did it. I would do it and nobody even would know I did it because I'd take bags off the bottom. Even if there were cameras, I would appear in an area where they don't see me, put my hands on fucking 10 bags of money and just appear out of there. And all they would know is the money just came up missing. So his power is way more overpowered in that type of situation. Professor X is supreme. No, he's come on, Shango. Bro, okay, maybe you're right too. I don't know, Shango. I mean, do you really want this whole world to end? Some days I agree with that, but man, I don't know. So what do you think? Just good people should just say fuck it and burn the whole reality down? I don't know. I daydream many times. Being in a group of superheroes, I was the one who can teleport. What, John? Bitch, that's mine, bro. Actually, hopefully we both get it. I hate, you know what I'm saying? Maybe we can actually learn from each other. If we both learn teleport, but I'd be like giving you tips, you'd be giving me tips. Yo, Chris, if you tried to do this type, though, I want you to teleport upside down under this bridge, grab this thing. Like, we probably come up with new ideas and shit. Yo, if you touch a fucking battleship and teleport, you can actually just drop a whole battleship on the White House, bro. Like, I'm talking like one of them big giant fucking like military ships that weighs like 400,000 tons and shit. Just the whole fucking building just caves in on itself. Darwin. Hey guys, we're focusing on the wrong questions about reality. The main question is big booty Latinas, big booty black queens, or fat ass white girls? Asking the real hard hitting questions. So it depends on the white, black, or Latina woman, no name. It depends on the individual. Because if you showed me a big booty, 400-pound fucking, let's say I'm attracted to black girls, black whale, and then showed me a small waisted, petite, big bootied Latina girl, I'm going to want the Latina girl. You know what I'm saying? Depends on the individual. What you're saying, just based off ethnic attraction? I don't know if there is such thing. Because like I said, there's very pretty woman and then there's very ugly woman in all races. Is there a race that if I preferred a race, I guess the most beautiful woman that I had ever seen was half Greek, half Lebanese. That made a very beautiful one. But then you could say Megan Good is one of the most beautiful women in the world. I don't know, man. It's an individual thing. If I had to choose out of white, black, and Latin, I'd probably go with Latin if I had to choose one. I mean, I don't know. Like free to play or play to win. Or no, Rairi, this reality is pay to win, bro. Don't people hate that in video games? Well, guess what, guys? In this simulation, it's pay to win, bro. We're in a pay to win video game. Who would have thought to trap us in this hell realm? I always beat Quicksilver or DC. I choose the Flash. Flash is pretty overpowered too, bro. I mean, if he's seen Jean Grey and the second she acknowledged him as a bad guy, he could already be there busting her head open. You know what I'm saying? So he's pretty overpowered too. Shan's a fucking dog out here. Oh, wait. Oh, no. What did Shango say? Yes, if someone has the power to do so, they should just end it all. I have no reason to say otherwise, but hey, that's just me. So if I was Professor X, Shango, I would end it all. every single elite or demonic parasite that has a fucking nasty thought in their mind about gaining riches or benefiting evilly off of human suffering, it would all stop. Every one of their fucking hearts would get crushed instantly. Every one of them would feel my hands around their throats. And dude, I'd be there watching it too. I'd be at every one of them. Fucking die, motherfucker. I would end it all too. Every little bit of evil that exists in this reality. And I'm not saying people that have evil thoughts. Everybody has evil thoughts. I'm saying sadistic weirdos that benefit from evil, or people that act on their evil thoughts. I would eat you slowly too. I would make it a very painful. I would devour their fucking hearts. Yes, if someone has the power to do so, you should just end it all. Well, I would, just maybe not the same way you would. If want to really be powerful, be one above all in Marvel and the presence in DC. Well, yeah. I just want to be the god above everything. I'm so powerful, I create the entities that are powerful. DC, I choose Lucifer. By far the greatest character in all of DC. Oh, that's a character. Okay. Is that actually a character? It is in the play of reality. It is the Lucifer character. They are. I love. I'm reading an at characters. Greatest characters in all of DC Vertigo comics. What's Vertigo comics? What's that? Normal. The only one I know about is DC and the other one, which I was not a huge fan of. I was never a huge fan of Marvel and DC. I was never a huge fan of DC. I was always a Marvel guy. Like if Spider-Man was on, I would watch it, but I wasn't like waiting for Spider-Man or Batman to come on. I was waiting for X-Men to come on every Friday at like 8 a.m., whatever the hell it was. Man, those were the days, bro. And man, they would go by so quick. I would look forward to them so much. And man, I'd sit there and like the commercial. I hated commercials, bro. Man, I hated commercials, especially when I was a kid. I was like, dude, you guys ruined half the cartoon. I wait a whole week to see this shit. And you want to show me this fucking vacuum commercial? Fuck vacuums, man. Or show me that one of them goddamn Ed McMahon commercials again. I don't care that this dude's giving people checks. Give me a check. I'm here to watch X-Men. Fuck Ed McMahon. Normal grinding to be rich. Or so. I know that that's a whatever effect, guys, but that's the way my reality was. Or sell your soul to be rich, free to play us. First, pay to win. This realm definitely is pay to win. Absolutely. Spidey is my. And if it wasn't pay to win to begin with, if it was symbiotic to begin with, some weird parasitic entity has moved into this realm and made it a pay-to-win reality. We get used for our energy, and that money goes to something else, somebody else, something else. Spidey is Marvel. X-Men's Marvel? Oh, yeah, Spider-Man is Marvel, isn't it? Yeah, you're right. DC's what I wasn't a huge fan of Batman or Superman, even Superman. Like, I like the Superman movies, but any kid would. Any kid would. But like if X-Men movies came out when Superman movies came out, I wouldn't have even bothered watching Superman. Vertigo comics are comics specifically written for people who are afraid of heights. Really? What the hell? There's a whole comic type that's dedicated to people that fear heights. I had a fear of, well, I still kind of do. I mean, I don't like being up high. I look forward of Thundercat more, Chris. Dude, what do you know about him? Inspector Gadget. Inspector Gadget. Go, Gadget, go. What do you know about that, bro? Let me ask you, Ryrie, what do you know about the Roadrunner, baby? Me. What do you know about Roadrunner, bro? I'm real old school, baby. I'll take you back to Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. Please, Eddie. What's that dude? Roger Rabbit. DC gets some of their characters from Vertigo comics. Specifically, Lucifer Morningstar, my favorite. He's the only character actively trying to break the script at all times. He hates the script. Oh, that sounds like my character then. I would probably like him too. That's his name. That's his name, Shingel. Lucifer Morningstar. That's his name in the comic. About the fear of heights. He's joking. Oh, fucking dickhead. No name. You're a dickhead. You fucking dickhead. You got me, bro. DuckTales. I remember that kind of DuckTales. Bruh. No, not really. Haha. Vertigo is when you get dizzy. People get it when they are up high sometimes. Yeah, I do. It almost, and that's what makes you afraid. Because when you get up and you look like this or whatever, and you see all how deep everything is, and you're afraid of heights, bro, you get dizzy, and it really makes you feel like you're going to fall off. Even if you're back 5 feet. Like, even if you're back 5 feet, you feel like, oh, I'm going to trip and go and fall. It really freaks you out when you're afraid of heights, bro. Being up high is scary, dude. Fucking D-kid. I love Tom and Jerry. Oh, yeah, Tom and Jerry I watched a lot. Tom and Jerry. What was the other one? Ren and Stimpy I would watch. What was the dude that was jacked? Oh, Johnny Bravo. I would watch that when it would come on. It was pretty funny. I liked Power Rangers, Nickelodeon. Bro, when I think about my childhood, it's playing Excite Bike with Guns N' Roses in the background. I was happy. Or playing Castlevania, the original Castlevania with Guns N' Roses. We've been dancing with Mr. Brownstone. What do you guys know about Mr. Brownstone, bro? Jackie Chan Adventures. I don't remember that one. Courage the Dog was trippy. I do sort of remember Courage the Dog. I don't know if I watch it. I stopped watching cartoons and shit when years and years ago, 20, 30, I don't know. When South Park became popular, I sort of stopped watching. Beavis and Butthead I liked a lot. I did a skydive before. It's fucking awesome, man. Highly recommend. Fuck that. You can say that about anything, No Name. There's a dude in reality right now that could say, I experienced a woman putting needles into my testicles. I highly recommend it. No, I'm good. No, I'm good, bro. That dude actually exists. I remember there was this real sex show back on TV back in the day, and this dude was literally paying prostitutes to put needles into his nuts. Like $20 a needle, too. Like, ooh, man. I hope she was wearing gloves. That's weird, bro. Excite Bike. My siblings and I would make tracks for each other. Oh, my God. It's himself. You remember? I remember I tried to make tracks, but I was so young. I was probably 5, 6 at the time. I sucked at it. I would just make like these super bumpy ones, and it was like, woo, 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 woo. And then I remember like there's one where you'd put the little bumpy things on the dirt. I would do that to watch the little dude go woo, woo, woo. But then I like the actual track. Woo, woo, woo. You know, I was like, man, that game brings back so many memories. The original, that era, the original, there was a game called Blaster Master that was really cool. Milo's Castle, Mario World, the original Mario World. I mean, man, I miss those days. And it's not even those days that I miss. The games are way better now. The technology is way better now. The quality is way better now. The experience is way better now. I don't miss those days. I miss my consciousness before this realm contaminated it. That's what I miss. I like the comic version way better. I miss my ignorance of how hellish this realm was. Anybody know Supreme Samurai? The guy plays guitars and going an electric machine to fight a monster? No. Yeah, them needles hurt like fuck. My balls still ache from when they did that. How do you know that was me, man? And I just knew it, No Name. I could tell you were that dude through the comments somehow. It was awesome. Yeah, I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was. It was probably a dreadful experience for both you and the girl. Like, you want me to do what? Well, you're going to give me $20 per needle? I wonder what, dude, I hope he was using those like super thin needles like they do in acupuncture. I hope he wasn't using like sewing needles that are thick as fuck, bro. Oh God, man. Oh my, what an idiot. Yes, he's like an edgy Doctor Strange. I know there's a lot of great shit that come out. A lot of people say South Park was a great cartoon, but I just really can't get into shit no more, man. I really wish I could. Bro, I grew up on the movie Beetlejuice. I loved that movie, man. I probably watched that movie 100 times growing up. I couldn't get 20 minutes into that new one. I was like, this shit's fucking corny, bro. Like, I just can't. Ever since I became, in quotes, conscious, I should say cursed, man, it's hard to enjoy anything in this hell realm. Am I hitting an empty bowl? I sure am. Oh, that works. Oh, man, that's fucking gas, bro. Rick and Morty. I remember Rick and Morty. I didn't really watch it a lot, but I definitely remember them. I remember what they look like. I'm going to switch it up, though, bro. Who the hell knows about Earthworm Jim, bro? Who the fuck here knows about Toe Jam and Earl? That's what I want to know, bro. Who the fuck here knows about, what else can we talk about that's meaningful in this reality? Who the fuck knows about Virtual Fighter, bro? Who dares to speak in my presence? He's pretty decent for a cartoon. He rewrote like 95% of DC Multivariate on a whim. The best Pingu. I do Sega Genesis games. Vector Man. Oh, yeah. Vector Man was like the first 3D game. It looked kind of, well, Donkey Kong Country looked kind of, I don't know. Which one was the first 3D? Yeah, I still remember the first game that displayed shadow effects properly was Zelda. I remember the part where you'd walk through the forest and there were actually shadows on the ground. I was like, whoa. Because there were shadows in video games before then, but it was always just a little black dot that was beneath any character. It was just a black circle every time. It never had a shape to it. But I remember that added depth to the game because there was the forest and the clouds and then the shadows being, it was just looked so, anybody nowadays would look at it and go, this is shit graphics. But man, back then it was groundbreaking. It was fun. It was fun watching technology advance before we all became conscious and realized it was evil and going to eat us and consume all of our brains. It's like, man, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I think humans are evil and they're the ones that are trying to eat us and consume all our brains. Vector Man, no of them never watched. Earthworm Jim was a fun game, video game, stupid but fun and hilarious. Virtual Fighter was hella fun. Fuck yeah. X-Men games on Sega Genesis were cool. Fuck yeah, they were. That side scroller one. You could use Wolverine, Nightcrawler, Gambit with his staff, Clone Wars, or the Street Fighter verse Marvel games were really great games. Sega Genesis were cool. Fuck yeah. X-Men 2 Clone Wars controller was different. Characters. I don't remember that one. Double Dragon, bro. Oh, he said Double Dragon, dude. Double Dragon? Streets of Rage, bro. What do you know about Final Fight? What do you know about Ninja Gaiden, bro? Or Shinobi? Oh, my God. You're taking me back. Remember the original Metal Gear? That game was garbage. Actually, it was a great game, but man, when you look back at how it was, Altered Beast. Oh, God. Everybody remembers Altered Beast. That's when everybody remembers the transformation. This motherfucker's all jacked, like fucking one-shotting people. Shit was OP. Oh, Contra. God, how could you go without saying Contra, you know? Contra's that game. Bro, Rairi. Up, down, left, right, A, B, A, select, start. Tell me who you're playing with. Tell me who you're playing with. Tell me who the fuck you thought you was playing with. They are coming out with a new Shinobi game that looks promising. What? I can't. It doesn't matter anyway. I get surprised and excited. That's like the 10-year-old in me that would feel happy about that, but I don't feel it no more. If it comes out, I probably won't even play it. I'll probably watch about 10 seconds of a YouTube video of it being played and then turn it off. My nostalgia's on overload right now. Yeah, nostalgia's like one of the best feelings you can get in this hell realm. There's laughing, back massages, sex, obviously, like things that feel good to us, laughing and nostalgia. Or your food, drugs, whatever. Contra, wasn't it a big spider at the end? Or a big brain or a big what was at the end of Contra? Wasn't it like a big giant brain or something? Or maybe it was a big spider or a big heart or something? What the fuck was at the end of Contra? I can't remember. God. Original Contra game was very hard to beat without the 30 lives code. Yeah, dude, it was fucking and only 3 continues. It wasn't that. I mean, it was pretty tough. I mean, it was pretty tough to get through the game with the 3 lives or whatever. Man, that shit was. It wasn't no joke. It was a little bit complicated. Brain was Metroid. Dude, you want to go back real far? One of the original video games that I ever seen, like an actual video game that had frame rates to it, was a game called Pitfall on fucking Atari. Pitfall and what else? Oh, Pong. Blip, boop, boop, blip, blip, boop. I mean, it was just. And then at school, it was Oregon Trail, which I loved Oregon Trail. That was like the first role-playing game I ever played. I loved Oregon Trail. And then there was obviously Wolfenstein and Doom. Do you guys remember when Duke Nukem came out? Hey, baby, show me some sugar. And you'd actually give the prostitute money and she would flash her boobs, cartoon boobs. It was like, oh! Dude, do you remember when when fucking Mortal Kombat came out and you were literally killing people with fatalities? Like you literally had a move that ended this person. You murdered them. That was like, whoa, bro. Did you see it? He actually ripped his fucking head off and his spinal cord was hanging out. Oh my God. Like, dude, it was so intense. I miss being a kid, bro. I hope not only I can create realms. What the fuck? Why is my phone? This bitch is coming alive when I'm not even talking to it. Have I touched my phone? This bitch is listening to me. I'm turning my phone off, actually. Fuck you. What do you mean you understand that? I ain't even talking to you, you fucking weirdo. I wasn't even on a program to talk to anything on my phone. You're getting shut off, bitch. Fucking demonic parasite. But anyways, what was I talking about? Oh, I like the heat-seeking missile gun. Man, you could fuck shit up with that thing. There were some guns that were really good at certain things, like the laser gun sucked. I wasn't a fan of it, but man, if you were trying to destroy those like pulsating bulb things on the walls that would attach and shoot shit at you, man, those things you could fuck them up with one laser blast. You'd have to line it up, but the spread gun was very powerful. Oh yeah, I was talking about Duke Nukem. That's what I was talking about. Shake it, baby, and then fucking Mortal Kombat. Man, that shit was just unbelievable to see that, because before that we didn't experience shit like that in games. There was a game on, actually there were a few gory games on Nintendo and Super Nintendo, but Mortal Kombat made it very graphic, and there was actually a game called Slaughterhouse on Sega Genesis, I think, where you were walking through just the most grotesque. Like there's like organs and shit on the tables, decapitated body parts, like hearts still beating on the table as you walk through and slaughter people. And the game was called Slaughterhouse. It was just a gore game. So I remember that, but oh my God, I love Diablo and Final. Yeah, Diablo was amazing. The original Diablo and Diablo 2 was a great game too. Always listening. I like Shadowgate and Deja Vu. I don't remember those. Immortal always glitch as did Dungeon Master, so he sucked. My favorite RPG on the old consoles was Shining Forces 2. That was just such a great game. Strategy. You'd place your character, and each character would have like a different shaped attack and range, and almost like playing chess. I really loved Shining Forces 2. And the fact that your characters could ascend. Like you had this wolf character named Gerald, and he was kind of just, you couldn't equip weapons on him. He only did hand attacks, so he would claw. He did decent attacks, but man, when Geralt ascended and he became the badass, like bipedal wolf hybrid dude wearing the cape, dude, his fucking claws were badass, bro. I'd fuck people up with him. But it was the only game I remember where you would level your character up to level 30 and you could ascend them to a new state. Their whole thing changed. Their avatar changed, the way their character looked in the cutscenes. And the cutscenes were amazing in Shining Force 2, like so cutting edge. But it's just, nowadays for a kid to experience what I'm talking about, they would have to bring out something new. It would have to be VR. They're not going to get that level of, wow, cutting edgeness from a new video game. Like it would have to get real. Like they'd have to put out a GTA 6 game that looks just as real as reality. But for kids to feel that, wow, this is cutting edge shit, they're going to have to introduce some sort of helm that bypasses right into your neurons, so you literally feel like you're in that reality. Like that's going to give that feeling to new people nowadays, to today's kids or whatever you could say, today's generation. It's interesting that that's what the word we choose for a whole new group of individuals. The next offspring of our previous is a generation. That's computer talk, dude. What the fuck? Legends of Dragoons. Oh, that was a great game. And oh, did you remember Onimusha was amazing? Devil May Cry. Yeah, those original ones, again, were cutting edge, dude. Just badass games. Shenmue was a great game on Sega Dreamcast. Seaman was a great game where you would talk to the thing in the mic, the little fish man, and he would evolve, and you'd like literally raise him in real time too. The Dreamcast had an internal clock, but you could change the time on the internal clock. So there was a way to hack the game to make time go by faster. But what a great game. Just breaking, cutting edge. The Sonic games were cutting edge. I mean, the fact that you had your little creatures that you were farming or whatever and training, and they would be on your memory card, and your memory card was a little handheld game. It wasn't great graphics. It was little pixelated graphics, but cutting edge. It was something new. Talking to the fishes was something new. Games are just boring because it's the same, and it's the same genres over and over again too. Do you guys know the only new genre I know about that's been added to games? Because we've always had first-person shooters, side-scroller beat-em-ups, fighting games, RPGs, tactical, and then there's variations of those. Like there's RPGs, but then there's tactical RPGs, there's adventure RPGs, there's blah, blah. The only new genre I know about since they came out is with sex games, for Christ's sakes. Now they have an X-rated, if you go to Steam, they have an X-rated games where you can play porn games, for Christ's sakes. But there's nothing new, and that's why people feel like things have gone stagnant. We complain about new technologies, but then we bitch about them when they don't come around. Then they do come around, we say, this is the end of humanity. We're like chewing our straw, saying this is going to take us over and wipe us all out. And yeah, I don't know, guys. Legends of Dragoons 1 on PlayStation. Dude, oh, a great game. Monster Rancher. That's a great game. 1 and 2. 3 and 4 were decent too, but they weren't as good or cutting edge. So back in the day, we had these things called CDs, DVDs. You guys probably don't remember them unless you're like 40. Or I'm sure if you're 30 or even in your late 20s, you might remember CDs and DVDs. But in Monster Rancher, you would go to the Monster Sanctuary and it would say, please enter your monster. And you would press eject on the PlayStation. You would take out the Monster Rancher game and you would put in anything that was on a CD or DVD. And it had a special based on the CD. It didn't change. Based on the CD or DVD, you put into the PlayStation 1 and close it, and you would press enter, and it would generate a monster based on what you, and it could be an aerobic exercise DVD. And it, based on its code or whatever, had a specific random monster in that CD. I mean, how cool was that? And then there were certain, like Metallica's Black Album, produced a pretty strong monster. There were certain CDs that had like some really But I found some pretty rare monsters just on random shit that we had like sitting in the old. I think one was an old aerobics, but man, it created a powerful like alien monster, and man, he would fuck shit up. But what a cool game that was. One, I don't remember one on PlayStation. Such a slept-on game. One. Shingo, can you refresh my memory? What happened on one? You like StarCraft, bro? Are you create one? Hold on, let me read these. Yesterday I got drunk as fuck. Now life feels boring as hell. Yeah, because your brain's always seeking the more happy moment. So if you're not there, it's going to make you miserable. Isn't that weird? It's like, hey, dumb brain, quit making me miserable and I'll be happy to be happy. You fucking idiot. You're working against me. I'm sorry. Chrono Cross was a great game. Vagrant Story. What was that? Solar Moon Story or whatever? Moon Solar Story. Grandia. Grandia 2 on Dreamcast was one of the greatest RPGs ever that I played, bro. Grandia 2 on Dreamcast was an amazing fucking RPG. Minesweeper RPG is the best. I like RPGs a lot too. StarCraft's hard to play, Shingo. If you're talking about competing at a high level, bro, two of me would have trouble fucking doing what them fucking magnificent Asian gamers can do, bro. Two of me would struggle to keep up with one of these kids, bro. The amount of shit that they can focus on and do and multitask, you would have to double my ability to compete with those kids, bro. I don't like getting my ass kicked all the time on video games either, man. If I have the ability to recognize, man, it might be time to hang it up. I can't compete with these new age gamers. You know, it's time to admit I'm a little bit washed here. I was still competing decent on games, and I would say even into my late 20s, maybe even early 30s. But after that, man, my reflexes fell off, or I feel like they have, or just the kids got so good. I don't know. Maybe because that happens too. Skill levels change. I hate to say it, but you could have taken even the UFC's worst fighter from 10 years ago, and he would have dogged and beat the fuck out of every single fighter in the first UFC, second UFC, third UFC. You could say the first 10 or 20 UFCs probably, because skill levels just get better, man. You raise the bar. Well, everybody's got to meet that now, but then somebody to beat everybody else has to raise the bar again, and the skill levels change over time, bro. StarCraft is indeed, yeah, it's if you want to compete at a high level, which I do. If I'm playing a game, I don't want to be some fucking regular gamer. I want to beat the fuck out of everybody that tries to beat me. And I just can't do that no more on games like that. I can't compete with those kids. Durley and Grisser, I playing in Japanese and finishing it. And finished it. I don't know what that is. Durley Grisser. One of the cool early PC games I remember playing was the original Grand Theft Auto, a game called Sanitarium. Always just stuck in my mind. What a weird, cool game that was. What else do I remember? Oh, geez, a ton of games. Deer Hunter, SWAT. A game called Dusk, where you were a cowboy and you would like gamble and you become the sheriff of the town. It was so cool, man. SWAT. Did I just say that one? There were a bunch of cool games on the original PC. I guess you could say Journeyman Project. Shit, even that Spider-Man game where you made a cartoon was really cool. Spider-Man Cartoon Maker. You could actually like record your voice saying stuff. I mean, it was so cutting edge for me as a kid. I hate to boast and brag, guys, but I actually had the Sega channel. I don't know how I talked my mom into it, because getting my mom to rent a $5 game was like pulling teeth. So to get her to pay $15 a month for this program was like, oh, it was like literally like she blessed me with a heavenly blessing. And for about, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 months of my childhood, I had the Sega channel, bro. Greatest time of my life, dude. So they would come in, and there was this thing. It almost looked like the Sega 32X, if you guys remember that.
It was almost very similar to that. It would plug into your Sega Genesis, but they would come in with this cable box thing, plug it into your Sega Genesis. There was one of them old screw-in fucking thick white cable cords. It would go right up to the back of your Sega channel box. You would turn on your Sega Genesis and bling. It was like heaven to a kid. The Sega channel would load. And there was a list of 50 fucking games, dude. 50, not 15, 50. 50. And you could play any of them. And somehow it would have your saved game on all of them. Bro, renting one game when you were a kid my age and you were a gamer was like, dude, for the next 2 days, I'm going to have fun. It was like 2 days of fun. And then if you returned it on the third day, they would charge you like the whole $5 again. Like, man, shit, I should have kept it for another whole day. Remember that? They would charge you. If you went 1 day over, they would charge you for another 2 days. So it was actually just better to keep it for 4 days because they were going to charge you the extra $5 anyways. But getting 50 games all the time, bro, that was like putting a child in heaven for me, bro. Greatest time of my life, bro. Star Fox. Oh, Punch Out, Super Punch Out. I didn't get too into Super Smash Bros., but a lot of my friends loved that game, dude. A lot of my gaming buddies love Super Smash Brothers, bro. Discat or floppy disk, anyone? I don't remember Discat. I do remember a few floppy disk games. I do. And that big floppy. Do you guys remember those big giant floppy disk video games? The one where it was like Wheel of Fortune and the guy would flick off the camera or whatever when he would get a question wrong. There was a Wheel of Fortune one and a Price is Right, or not Price Right, Jeopardy on floppy disk games. Derlin Grisser, I already read that. NFL Blitz. Dude, NFL Blitz was dope. Dude, you played all the same exact shit I played, Shingo. NFL, I never played sports games. Before NFL Blitz, I had played this one NHL hockey game. I think it was called NHL Hockey 96, if I remember. Amazing game, bro. That got me into sports games, was the NHL game. And I played that, and I was like, dude, this game's fun. You could even get into fights and beat the shit out of the dude right in the middle of the game, which was always really fun and exciting. But then that got me to play Blitz. And Blitz was almost like animated. Like people would grow real big or like smash people and they do backflips or catch on fire. Kind of like NBA. Dude, do you remember NBA Jam, bro? Unbelievable. Dude, do you know about Shaq Fu, bro? Shaq Fu's one of the hardest little side scrollers anybody. And Prince of Persia was really good. Halo, especially 2 and 3. The Halo games were fucking incredible. Halo 1 gave me that. I still remember I had just gotten a job. I think I was 17, maybe 18 I can't remember. And I went and I bought an Xbox and Halo with it. And when I played Halo, it gave me that, whoa, this is cutting edge, bro. Feeling like the music, the environments, the graphics, getting in the Warthog. Just, man, that shit was crazy good. I was like, this shit is unbelievable. Tsubasa, my friend. That's why I say I'm for the VR shit, bro. Like, look how good we're feeling talking about these moments of time where technology got so good that it was like, I'm for it. Oh, it's going to eat our brains. Whatever. Our brains aren't worth not eating anyways. The average human's brain is a piece of shit anyways. Halo changed gaming forever. What changed gaming? I don't know. I think some of the original games. I don't know if you remember, Shangal, but back in the day, it was so uncool to play video games. It was looked at as like something really darky. Like if you weren't out riding your bike, you were a weird kid if you were in there playing video games. Video games were originally actually sort of hated on. Like even people in the hood it would be playing video games, but people would talk shit on people that played video games. It was weird to me, but people hated on people that played video games, man. It was like dorky and weird and sort of, what's the word? Almost like, what's the word I'm looking for? It was far-fetched. It was strange. It was It was taboo is the word. Video games in the beginning was sort of taboo, but I think some of the original video games, man, like the Mario World, Pac-Man, they're the ones that changed gaming forever. Because in the beginning, man, people thought people that played games were weirdos. It was weird. I was like, why? They're fun. What the fuck's weirdo about it? Anyway, people judged everything back in the day. Again, if you wore tight jeans, you were gay. If you wore baggy jeans, you were gay. If you wore fucking a pink shirt, you were gay. If you wore a salmon colored shirt, you were a fucking homosexual. It's like everybody back in the, like everyone talks about the 80s and 90s being so great. They were a very judgmental era though. Like, let's be honest. They were they judged everything. If you were a white guy listening to rap, you were judged by white guys for trying to act black, and you were judged by black guys for trying to be black. It's like, fuck you all. I like good music. I don't even give a fuck about you little weirdos. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got judged for listening to rap, playing video games, just anything I did, you'd get judged. Worth eat or not, aren't worth eat, not worth eat, worth not eating anyways. Yeah, and that, it's like, dude, honestly, most humans, anyways. No, the AI is going to take us over and infect our brains. Our brains need to be infected with a higher level of intelligence. Have you looked around at the average human lately? I'm voting for the damn chips at this point. These motherfuckers are retarded. Hell yeah, Half-Life. Oh yeah, Half-Life was dope. I never got super into Half-Life. I played, there was another game that came out during the Half-Life era, and it was a Star Wars type game where it was a combat game. It was like a free-for-all. You would come in, you would flip, you'd have to sword fight people. You had powers, you could choke people, you could do the pushback, and there were platforms you could actually throw people off. I got really good at that. Dude, that game was super fun. It was like a free-for-all PvP game, basically, during the Half-Life era, and I got addicted to that game, dude. I played that game for like 6 months, like constantly. I feel already like a ghost when I go out and around people. It's really hard to cope. And Brooke, if me and you went out together and we were around people, it would feel like a simulation to you. It would feel like this reality is a simulation to you. You would start noticing everybody watching us, everybody looking at us, people talking about us, staring at us, acting weird, dropping shit like in front of us. Anyways, I know that sounds crazy, but when conscious souls come together, something weird happens in the reality. Shingo, can't you talk on any of that with you and Lindy being together? Have you noticed when you guys go out in public, things feel extra weird when you're around more conscious souls? Or is Lindy the only soul you've been around that's conscious? Paid to win challenge, the games and fucking expensive console. My first PS1 below $20. What? Yeah, pay to win changed games. Absolutely. Well, it only changed pay to win games. Your way to do that? Avoid those games. Play the games that aren't fucking pay to win, like League of Legends or something. You know what I'm saying? Rampage was the shit. Rampage. Oh, that sounds familiar. That was like sort of like a Final Fight type game, wasn't it? Yeah, man, Half-Life so good. Battlefront and Jedi Master of it was called something. Yeah, something like that. Something Jedi Master. That was a great game. Very technical. Like you had to be a skilled at it, playing it, which made it fucking super fun. Phoenix Secrets would feel surreal for me. You only exist here on YouTube. Yeah, I'm gonna end up meeting up with Shingo. I think him and Lindy are gonna come. We're gonna go out and hang out, and we'll probably both take videos of it. So you'll see I'm a real person. If anybody's in Florida and you're within like a 5-hour drive, hit me up right now. I'll come to your crib and we'll fucking record it. But I just want you to know I only wear underwear when I leave the house. I mean, they're like the boxer brief types of underwears, but I mean, you can see my bulge or whatever. I don't care. I'm going to be comfortable. I don't care if people like it or not, but just a heads up. I only wear underwear when I leave the house. I saw the simulation at 12 in 1982. So you were born in 1970. That means you're 13 years older than me. Loose Sapphire, I'm sorry. You've had to exist in this hell realm for 13 years more than I have. I'm just kidding. Did you really? What do you mean you saw it? Explain that, please.
We're coming to you after Key West. Fuck yeah. We're all going to hang out. I like hugs too, just so you guys know. It's not only the underwear thing you got to worry about. I'm a hugger. I'm going to grab you guys up and squeeze your bellies into me. And I always talk about that. It's always why we love shrooms. Dude, I hate shrooms. We're actually visiting Mark right now. Mark Antinolus. What? AKA Mark. Dude, tell Mark I said what's up. We like to surround ourselves with conscious folks. I love Mark Antinolist's videos. Unfortunately, he doesn't make that many of them. He just don't make enough videos. He's one of my favorite channels, but they just don't make videos. He makes great posts or whatever, but not videos. Dr. Joel's just kidding. How you go? We love hugs. Yeah, I love a good hug. But dude, there's some people that just know how to hug. I don't know how to explain it. Some people, I'm not a good hugger. I love good hugs though. I'm not the best hugger. I try to be, but some people, man, they give a good hug. My great niece is one of the best huggers, bro. She just she latches on. I love a good hug. Some people just know how to hug. They like pull you into their warmth or something. I don't know how to explain it. Some people are just good huggers, bro. We like on. Me too, bro. Would I hug somebody in their underwear? I guess I would. I don't know. I mean, if they were nice, it's bad. Yeah, I would hug somebody else in their underwear. Why not? What happened to Life is Overrated? 69. What do you mean what happened to him? Isn't he still doing his thing? You're talking about the kid with the fucking neck tattoos? He reminds me of my coworkers. He kind of talks a little bit like he's from Boston or whatever. That is the plan. I remember my first hug from a girl. My body went through adrenaline rush. Dude, Brooks, I wish I could get those. Like, do you remember how it felt when you were like in elementary school and you had a crush on a girl? Oh my God, bro. Man, when we were young, we created some energy, didn't we, boy? We get old and realize we don't do that no more. I wish I could get that crush feeling or that same level of horniness I could feel when I was younger. Like, oh my God, bro. I mean, man, those feelings, you could just, like you said, you could hug. Dude, there was a girl, I was in first grade. Her name was Summer. It was the first girl I ever had a crush on. She was the most beautiful girl I ever seen in my life, dude. She just looked like an angel. And if she looked at me, fuck hugging, if she hugged me, I think I would have had a seizure. If she just looked at me, oh my God, my heart would stop, bro. My heart would stop. I don't necessarily cope. I am so far disconnected from the fabricated reality. I swear to you, I rely on my creator. What do you mean your creator? You rely on your creator? The moment I knew reality is fake, the moment I knew the same mistake and situation keeps repeating again, over and over again. Yeah, it's scripted for us to suffer, and then we feel like we have free will, but it's actually scripted. But really, we struggle at the end of the day. It's obvious. That's what's scripted into the realm. It can't be any different. If it could show me, I would love to see that reality. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a minute. I looked up his channel and can't find anything. Really? It could. He's maybe just burnt out, or maybe he's dealing with the stuff that we deal with as YouTube creators. And I don't know how to explain that. It could be I'm retarded, more than likely. That is it. No, I don't think you're retarded, Mad Max, but the first date, I always so hard till I comes back. No, my underwear soaking with pre-comes. Oh my Jesus Christ. You're talking about when you were real young, Ryuri? You were premature ejaculating? Well, whatever. Then she should, if she's attracted to you, that would probably make her horny because she knows that she's turning you on or whatever, I would think. The Most High. Don't think that she's going to judge you from that. He guides me. I seek to serve his will at all times, which is the only way I have made it this far. Oh, yeah, you use religion as a sort of coping mechanism. It's like
having faith in God's like your hopium joint. Like, I need it or I just can't cope. I understand that. Yep, young. Yeah. I still, I think even as an adult, I still would get like this sort of pre-juice that comes out. It's not an ejaculate, but it's almost like a lubricating juice or something. A little bit comes out of if I'm getting horny, whatever. Yeah, that's whatever. Shit happens. You don't control the way the body secretes its fluids. Like, that'd be like hitting it with a girl and being like, ew, it's gross that her vagina's getting wet. Like, no, it's not. Well, I mean, well, I'm saying maybe it is gross. I mean, I don't know, but you know, shit happens, whatever. No religion involved, not comes, pre-comes when you're out with first love. Okay, yeah. I think we still could feel horny like teenage, but now life's too boring. No puss for Brooks. No, I don't think I could feel like the way I felt when I was a kid. I mean, I don't know if I have a. I think I do have a testosterone issue. I don't look like it. I don't. If I take my shirt off and look in the mirror, I don't look like a guy that's got low testosterone. Not to me, but I have all the other issues. The fatigue, the low energy, the depression, the low sex drive. I have all those issues. So it could be a testosterone, but I'm not going to take that shit. I don't care. I would rather deal with the depression because the second that I inject testosterone into my body, I can no longer claim to be a natural lifter. Even if I do it once, I'm no longer a natural lifter. And you can say, Chris, all the food you eat isn't even natural food anymore. You're not a natural, but you know what I'm saying. I've never injected anything into my ass that makes my muscles get bigger. Okay, I've never cheated, and I appreciate that. So I can't, even if I did, because like people are saying to me, dude, just go get a blood test. Go get a blood test, man. See, you know, maybe you do have low testosterone or something, and it doesn't matter. I don't want to. Even if I do, I don't want to know. I would rather not know. Because then what am I going to go? I'm not going to take this shit anyway. So it is what it is. Meet Lindy. Yeah, dude, you're lucky, Shango. Fucking kudos to you, man. I'm jealous, to be honest. I need me a fucking sexy, hot Southern babe that's a truther. Shit, at this point, I'd probably settle for a fugly, chunky booty girl that's a truther. No, actually, I don't know. I would have to be attracted. Because with my sex drive already low, if you were like fat and sloppy and unattractive to me, I wouldn't be able to perform. Yeah, we all have hormonal issues today, testosterone, estrogen, etc. Yeah, I think I have issues with it. Remind him about it, Lindy. You let him know. Do you know how lucky of a man you are to have such a fucking amazing, rare gem of a person like me? Tell him, Lindy. Make him get up and do that. Say, Shango, get your bitch ass up and go and do the motherfucking dishes. You listen to your queen. I'm the god around this bitch. Shango's over there like, bro, chill. The moment I decided to leave religion, when I asked the question, God known the beginning and the ends, what the fuck is free will for? And what? There's no free will. There's a micronic version of it. And why creators heaven or hell if free will doesn't exist at the first place? Wait, what? And why create heaven or hell if free will doesn't exist in the first place? For entertainment, probably, right? If such a place actually exists outside of people's mental delusions. The creator of this construct simulation is my master. I don't live by beliefs. I live by truth. He has provided me with the knowledge of this construct, which brings me solace. That don't bring me solace. When he provided me with the knowledge of this construct, it brought me depression and misery. Consciousness and bare minimum level of truth. I mean, I'm past it now, but that's not what it did not bring me solace. When I fully embraced this reality as a simulation, that sort of brought me solace. And when I fully embraced that there is no free will, that sort of brought me solace. It's like, well, I'm not doing anything wrong. Because a lot of not being in solace is us with internal issues, internal frustrations, that's what brings us frustration, aggravation. That's why we're not at solace. So once you realize all that worry and stress of me, am I doing the right thing? Oh, it's like, oh, it's all scripted. You kind of find solace because, well, you don't have a choice but to a degree.
Consciousness and a bare minimum level of attraction comes first. Everything else is a bonus. And I know just how lucky I am. Fuck yeah. Good for you, Shango. I've learned to appreciate things. And humans by nature aren't appreciative. It's literally like me asking somebody who's never curled ever in their life to curl 100 pounds. It's just not going to happen. Appreciation is literally like a muscle you have to exercise, just like a bicep. You literally have to practice it because we come in as these unappreciative little fucking, I don't know if we're programmed that way, if it's a genetic thing, if it's a cultural thing, I don't know, but I'm just saying, I've learned to appreciate things in life. Like I could look at my crib and go, oh man, I'm poor and I live in a fucking double wide trailer. It's not that great. And, or I could say, you know what? The crib's paid off. The property's paid off. I live on the water. I could go outside at any moment and I'm around wildlife instantly. Like, meanwhile, there's people right now looking for a place to live that can't afford one. And I've got 1,800 square feet. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I could talk, I'm in or I could say, dude, but look at what I do got though. You know what I'm saying? Like I've learned to appreciate shit. And that makes you a much happier human. In reality, it just makes you way happier when you appreciate shit. And just think about it. What is appreciation? It's a feeling. How does it feel? Well, it feels great. Well, there you go. Problem solved. Of course, being appreciative makes you feel better. Religion is mind control? Absolutely. What a retarded matrix we live in. Yes, sir. What up, Anthony Warner? Bro, the body shuts atomic down. Did you saw the video of a bull getting excited when he saw the cows? Oh, I did see that video. That was actually a really cute video, Brooke. I did see that video. He's a big old jacked white cow, and he's like, and one of the female cows fucking goes, "Rrr." He hears that for the first time. He's like, "Rrr." That motherfucker like ran towards them. He almost couldn't even control his excitement. He's driven by unseen forces to reproduce in this realm. We call it horniness or whatever, but it's the script happening. We be sure. You can actually break the script. So I guess there is a way to have free will, but it's very difficult. Be sure when I was 12, I lost it. I think when you meditate deeply, you have moments where you experience true free will, but then you come back into the script again, and it's traumatizing. I was throttling, pissed off. Fuck this matrix and any beings calling themselves my God. Yeah, fuck any entity claiming any place above me, period. I don't care if he's claiming to be God. If he's claiming to be the Council of Three or the whatever, the dude in the road, fuck you, my dude. I don't even like you. You ain't nothing to me. You're above me. You're my God. You're my, fuck you. You ain't nothing to me. Hey, man, how you doing? And what up, Red Pill? And the second that you try to take a place of authority above me is the same second I recognize you as something nasty. Get away from me. I don't want nothing to do with you, with your class system mentality, you demon. I'm doing all right, Red Pill. It's just another day in paradise. I appreciate so much that I have and small things in this life. Yeah, it helps, man. It helps. If you're struggling mentally, practice appreciation. If you have a day off, don't just sit in your fucking dark room with the blinds closed. Go out and sit by the beach. Is that going to cure all of the world's problems and your depression? No, but it might be a 10% boost to your mood, seeing something beautiful, being around people, hearing the seagulls, hearing the sounds of the water or the waves crashing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just people hate their reality, but then they don't do anything to change it too. That's another thing. It's like, well, dude, like you keep doing the same thing every day. Gospel of Mary, the band gospel says there's no sin, only cause and effect. Well, what is a sin? If it's the thought of something that's bad, then there's definitely sins in my reality. But who am I to say that they exist even? You know what I'm saying? Crunchy B. What up, Crunchy B? Economically poor is better than rich, in my opinion. Never chase an economic status. It comes with its own chains. Yeah, it is the prison within itself. So the old story, one sec, guys. I've got on shorts today, so I'm going to glide past this motherfucker. I ain't showing nobody my legs.
Let me actually pull the chair out of the fucking frame, get in it, and slide over so nobody sees my fucking pasty white legs. Hi, pretty girl. So the old story of the poor fisherman on his boat with the young kid that's turning 18 and he's going to go out into the city and become a great businessman, and he tells the poor fisherman all the things he's going to do in life. And then the poor fisherman says, well, what are you going to do at the end? He says, well, I'm going to retire and come back and fish all day. And the poor fisherman just smiles at him with his missing teeth. And the poor fisherman does what he's going to work a whole life. He's going to be shackled into a slave system for a whole lifetime to come back and do what this poor dude's doing anyways. You're choosing the matrix system. Break the script like DC's Lucifer. I fell drunk asleep yesterday. Then I had sleep paralysis. I thought I died and was like, oh, okay. Usually I'm aware that it's a sleep paralysis, but when you're drunk, it's different. I believe, what's different? I believe there's the God, not fucking religion God. Can I help you, pretty girl? You gotta go potty? No, I'm streaming, pretty girl. She actually wants me to play with her in the middle of a stream. It's like, well, I can't. What do you want me to do? She literally sits next to me and just looks at me and goes, oh, until I get up and play with her, but in the middle of the stream. I am going to wrap this one up soon. I mean, I've already been on for 2 hours. Jeez, it hasn't felt like 2 hours. It felt like about an hour and a half, maybe. Great Lakes. We live near area currently. What up, Vazen? I'm actually just about to wrap up. You just showed up. Man, I got a lot of thumbs up already, though. Jeez. Look at that. Basically, everybody watching thumbs up. You guys are amazing. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. But I'm going to wrap up the stream, guys, and show my dog some attention because she just needs it all the time. And I love you guys. I hope light, prosperity, abundance, everything good comes to you in your life. I pray, I hope, I wish. Any word magic I could use. I intention goodness to come to you guys. If there's spells or magic, can we please learn how to use them? I love you too, Vase. And what's going on? Pretty girl, just give me 1 minute, please, pretty girl. Come here. Why are you sitting over there then? I want to destroy the narrative. The people demand to see the dogo. That being said, sorry, Vazen. All right, guys, I gotta go and play with this little insatiable dickhead. She's my buddy, but thank you guys for coming. I love you guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, pretty girl.